What's up, guys? So in today's video, I just want to talk about customer service and why being nice to everybody involved in this community, whether you're just starting out or one of the OGs, is one of the most important things that we can do as a community. And why, because of this, I'll probably only be buying my equipment from one company. What's up, YouTube? It's Baker. Welcome back to Blue Line Morris, guys. New to the channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, give me a thumbs up, comment down below. New ball python, not really new anymore, right? I always say that every time. I'm a ball python breeding channel. I'm trying to do that shit, okay? Shout out to TI Reptiles from Norway. Appreciate it, brother. Shirt still kicking, still rocking, guys. I'm shot. I'm absolutely shot. We talked about this in a couple of videos, or the last live I did, how sometimes in life it's hard to keep up with the videos, guys. Straight up, this video is going to be posted in 2 hours. I really haven't been home since Monday. It is Thursday at 5 o'clock. I'm shot, but you gotta keep it moving. So I apologize if I see him. I'm run down. That being said, guys, a lot of stuff going on here. Appreciate it. Last video I did with all the equipment sold already. I'm holding on to the 3-tub CV70 rack just for more or less a quarantine rack. Everything else is sold, guys. Really appreciate it. Everyone that hit me up, thank you so much, guys. I know shipping's kind of a pain in the butt. So sorry, guys, if you guys are like, in different states and stuff like that. But as far as the show is concerned, I'm trying to go. I hope I can go. Again, once I get in the rhythm of things, especially with the COVID and work and getting, whatever else is going on, I want to go to a lot of the shows. That's really it, guys. Well, I'll tell you this. I had a lock this week. I only paired two animals. This week is a banana pod with that pastel entry pod. They locked again, which was at first was kind of super disappointing, just because I had I saw her ovulate. She had a prelay shed. I was like, oh, good. Let me throw it in there just to see if they lock and turn out if they locked. So in my head, as a newbie, I thought, oh shit, if they're locking still, then she's not going to go for me. And with that being said, I posted a picture, made the comment, and kind of what this video is about. The entire community opened up and said, listen, they can still lock. It's going to happen. It is what it is. So that being said, I only had the one lock this week. So I'm still hoping she kind of goes. She's still ball wrapping. All 3 of those girls that were paired with Tank that passed away at the RI. Still checking on them. Everyone's doing really well. Have some new equipment coming in. Sal and I from Gomez Python are going to pick that up on Sunday, so I'm excited for that. You guys will definitely see that. So let's get right into today's video, guys. So today's video is kind of about customer service, just being nice to the community and talking to people and being a fucking human being. And how come, because of the way I was treated by one company, I'll probably only be buying my racks and equipment and stuff like that from them, at least when I buy them brand new, not the deals you can find online. And why, in other examples, I'll probably never buy snakes from certain people ever again. So that being said, I want to show you some good things, talk about some bad things, and then we're going to talk about that company, my experience with the owner of the company, and why, even though the equipment's more expensive and more of a pain in the ass to get, just because of the way I was treated, ultimately I've decided that it's one of those things. I'm kind of weird like that. Treat really well, so I'm going to go with them. We'll talk about that later. All right, so first and foremost, let's get right into this. When I first got into this hobby, first person I met was Saul from Saul's Bowls. Definitely check him out. He's got a little YouTube channel that he's slacking on. He's got an Instagram, okay? And I used to blow this guy up, and he met me on Craigslist. And realistically, guys, the guy did not need to talk to me, right? He was, I won't say he was fairly new, but he's a little low-key breeder from Staten Island, and he did not need to communicate with me, did not need to ask me questions. And now it's funny, I was going through my phone, deleting all my screenshots, and I had screenshots of conversations with him because I was trying to save the information. And some of the questions I was asking were just absolutely ludicrous, right? And it's funny now that I'm, 2 years into this, a year and a half into this, I get the same questions from other people that are just starting out. And it's kind of my duty, my responsibility to show them the same love that I got when I was destroying Saul's phone. So that's a really good experience that I had with like a newer guy, a smaller guy. His collection's growing right now, so I'm really happy for him. But this is one of those things where, because I was treated really well in the very beginning of this hobby, it didn't turn me off. Now, I've been told in the past that this hobby was like cutthroat, everyone was an asshole, everyone was secretive, right? I made a video about that, never mean secret projects. But realistically, guys, we're all breeding snakes, drop the ego. But because I was treated really well in the very beginning, now I feel obligated to anybody who's only, if you're starting now, you're only a year and a half behind me, 2 years behind me, if that. I feel obligated to help them and be as kind as I can. I try to go through all my DMs and answer them and try to give all the questions, try to help people out as much as I can. Always trying to give people deals and money off and stuff, and that's just kind of how I am. All because I was treated really fairly and really nice by Saul in the very beginning. And then it started to progress further, right? Guys, I met Rob from Race Reptiles, he moved into me, Mike from Porter Pythons, Mike from Redline Pythons, right? All the way to talking to, like, I remember Billy from Mutation Creation, I'm sure you guys know who he is. He first jumped into my live stream on Instagram with Rob before Rob moved in here. And that guy's one of the biggest breeders in the world. And he's talking to me while on vacation, and literally asking his wife, hey, can I stay on the phone a little bit longer and talk to them? He had no business talking to me, man. Like, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't produce any animals at that point. But because of a person that's that big in the hobby, it's got thousands of animals and a multi-million-dollar facility, multi-million-dollar company, and he's got employees and staff and everything else and a huge following on social media. Because that guy on his vacation decided to take his time out, he made a comment to me about, I was like, oh, I'll never be as big as you. He's like, fuck that, you can be just as big as me. You just gotta keep working, grinding, moving. Because of that conversation on Instagram, on live, probably a year and a half ago now, that's kind of what propelled me forward into thinking, you know what, I can do this, I can make this big. So again, you have a small-time breeder like Saul that was nice to me at the very beginning, and I was like, oh, awesome. So now I feel obligated to help guys that are just starting like I was a year and a half ago. And that being said, regardless of how big this channel gets, how big Blue Line Morphs gets, or how big I get, you have a guy like Billy that took his time out on vacation to go live with me, and I had no idea what I was talking about. So because of those two experiences, I love this community, and I think we owe it. I'm drenched, huh, guys? We owe it. How hot is it? It's only 82 degrees. I'm just fat, man. Oof. So because of those experiences and because of our close-knit community, I feel obligated, and I think everyone else should feel obligated just to be nice to each other and help people, and that especially transcends into customer service, right? Realistically, guys, you don't have to meet people when you drop off snakes. You don't have to go out of your way at all, right? But it's just kind of a kind thing to do, meet people halfway. I hate the people that won't leave their house, right? I just want to make that little comment. Anyway, and you got guys like Ozzy, you know, I hit it off with Ozzy, and Ozzy's another one of the biggest breeders in the world, and he'll have conversations with me, and he'll help me out. And again, this guy does not need to talk to me. Again, the guy's got, you know, $1 million operation over there, and yet he's taking his time out to answer my text and just talk to me like he does for many other people. And just because of that niche in that community and the way we treat each other, I think we have to kind of drive that home, that we have to be nice to each other. We have to be kind to each other, have to have respect for each other. And yes, this video is kind of sparked by Ball Pythons 101 and that Dick comedy man, okay? That kind of is what it is. That guy's getting crucified, so he's on his own with that. But, so this video kind of sparked with that, and also sparked with piece of equipment I'm going to talk about in a second. I've also had really bad experiences that completely turned me off from people. For example, my Orange Dream Fire Girl, right? You guys remember when I picked her up? I asked her, I took the day off of work. I had like 5 snakes coming in. And this guy screwed up my day at work, man. Why? Because I asked him to ship it home. And I told him I work in Brooklyn. And he took it upon himself to ship it to a hub in Brooklyn. So with that being said, I didn't find that out. Really, I found that out the night before, but I had no choice. I had to wait for the other snakes to get to my house. Then once they got to my house, around 1 o'clock, I had to drive to Brooklyn from Long Island. Everybody knows that. Sitting on the belt, no, sorry, sitting on, what the fuck is that? BQE is an absolute disaster. So took the day off, figured I had the night off, make some videos, hang out, check out the new snakes, put them in quarantine. And what happened? I had to spend 4 or 5 hours in the car, drive all the way out to Brooklyn, drive all the way back to pick the snake up, just because he wasn't willing to sit on the phone with FedEx and kind of switch that packaging or switch the shipping. Not that hard. We caught it beforehand. It was a pain in the ass, bro. They're not answering the phone. No problem. So guess what? I've seen snakes on his website, his morph market that I really want, and I'm never gonna buy from him again. I don't give a shit. The snake's $1 is worth 10 grand. I will not give you that dollar, just because you're an asshole. Okay. Same thing when I picked up Harlem, the clown girl, remember? He's a small-time breeder over there in Manhattan, and he tried, I feel like he tried to scam me. Maybe he didn't. I don't know if he's watching this. If you're watching this, brother, right? I picked it up, remember I had the gun, was sticking out, and you're like, oh my God, but I was like, oh, I'm a cop, don't worry about it. And you're like, oh, well, was he selling snakes in the city? I was like, yeah, no big deal. So anyway, I don't know if you're trying to scam me. If you're watching and you weren't trying to scam me, definitely comment down below. We'll straighten that out. So I stopped saying it. But I feel like he tried to sell me a male when he knew it wasn't a female, right? Tried to get out of there real quick. So I took exception to that. I've seen him posting since then some snakes, some nice clowns that I'd like to pick up for relatively cheap and close and local. Shoot over to Harlem, pick another one up. However, because of what happened in that experience, I will not be doing that ever again. What else do I got? Oh, I had one snake. Oh, also he told me she had 3 or 4 meals. Snake was 54 grams. 0 chance I had 3 or 4 meals. Don't lie. Don't be an asshole. Okay. Another situation. Bought a snake. Was told it was, 160 grams, cranking, moving, doing its thing. Time it got delivered to me, the snake was like 90 grams, very skinny, very long. The snake was probably about 6 months older than he had originally had told me and was drastically underweight. Probably had 3 or 4 meals in a 7-month period, 6-month period. Turned me off to that breeder. Never gonna buy from him again, guys. So the point of all of this shit is this. We have to treat each other fairly, because the reality is this. Even though we're customers, there are some people who are gonna buy snakes that are just keeping as pets and so forth and so on. But a lot of us are breeders also. You sell to your competition, but we're not actually competition with each other. We're all helping each other out. And here's the thing: if you have an ego and you have a problem and you're a dick, realistically, is this: we're not doing this because we have a special trade or a skill, right? We're not a skilled mason where I can do it and you can't, okay? Realistically, you just have more expensive snakes, or you thought of a different idea and you bred them together. I can do the same thing. Well, they don't smoke them. I can do the same thing. Somebody else can do the same thing. So kind of the whole ego thing and treating somebody like shit is absolutely ridiculous to me, just because realistically, I can just wait for the next person to have the same exact snake that you have already, okay? I can do it too. He can do it too. She can do it too. So stop being assholes. All right. So what does this all kind of get sparked from? Like I said, Ball Pythons 101 kind of kicked that off. Don't want to destroy him or harm him too much. But in the last video, I talked about being prepared and why always having some backup equipment, like especially thermostats for your incubator or your rack, because you never know what's going to happen. You want to have some backup plans. And how my Freedom Breeder thermostat went to shit on me. It happens. Equipment is equipment. Electronics is electronics. I could have had power surge. Anything could have happened. We don't know. My point is this. Remember I walked in here, the temperature thing. Oh, door's at 109. I was like, oh God, no, it's 95. The temperature was falling. It was beeping. It was a disaster. So I messaged Jesse from Freedom Breeder. And I said, yo, bro, I've talked to him here and there, right? I said, I'm having this issue. What do you think? He's like, he goes, I can send you out a new fuse. You can pick these fuses up anywhere. But this guy was going to take his time out of his day to pick up a fuse or send a fuse for me from California, send it over here. Meanwhile, he'll pick it up from like auto store or some bullshit place, right? Where the hell did I go to pick it up? I don't remember. Anyway, once I fixed that, once I put that in there, I said, hey, listen, it's still not working. It's the input over here. What do you think I should do? How can I fix this? He said, bro, just send it back to me. I'll send you a new one. I was like, what? I was like, I had this thing for like 20 months now. He's like, all right, so what? He's like, send it back to me. I'll send you a new one. Well, I'll send you a new one, then send that one back to me. I'll figure out what's wrong with it. No big deal. I'm like, all right, well, how much is it going to be to swap them out? He's like, nothing, bro. Just send me the old one. I'll send you the new one. Okay. He does not need to do that. Straight up, he does not need to do that. Tenant's coming home. He does not need to do that, okay, guys? Because he's a huge company, right? He has great, amazing racks. I know the ARS right here. Great, amazing racks. Great, amazing thermostats. Everything else, okay? And I bought this product. Actually, I didn't buy it. Rob bought it. I bought it. Well, kind of. I bought it. And I've had this thing for 20 months now, 18 months now. It's not like it's brand new and just broke, okay? He doesn't have to do that. So because of that kindness, because of that good customer service, I'm telling you guys this right now. Realistically, being in New York, getting an ARS wrap, like 5540 shipped to me, is probably around $2,600, give or take, with shipping, okay? That's with the insulated heat panels, all that. If I want the equipment from Freedom Breeder, it's probably about $800 or $900 more. The rack's a little bit more money, shipping's a little bit more money, etc., etc. But because of the way that Jesse treated me, because he said, you know what, just I'll send you a new one out, Bake, and you send me the old one back. Because of the way he treated me, because of that impression he made, taking care of the little guy, if you will, when he's a big, big company, taking the time back to respond, I'm probably only going to buy from Jesse now and buy ARS racks. I would rather spend the extra $800 on the rack and buy from him. Yeah, listen, arguably, I never had one. I have one coming. I'll talk about that next video, next week. As far as I understand, a little bit better quality, stainless steel, look a little cooler, etc., etc., slide a little bit better, whatever. Regardless of the fact that it's quote-unquote better quality product, because of the way I was treated, I have zero reservations about spending a little bit more money to buy a product from him. And I feel like if you're going to be selling products, whether it's equipment or snakes, you have to provide that customer service, just be a nice human being to people, because that'll keep having this community grow, and people will keep coming back to you, right? Like, I'd rather spend the more money to get the rack from Jesse than get the rack from ARS, just because the way I was treated. Not saying ARS ever treated me poorly or unfairly, never had to deal with them in any capacity whatsoever. They got the same exact customer service. I don't know, I haven't dealt with them like that. However, because of dealing with Jesse and the way he treated me, I will only be buying Freedom Breeder racks, and I don't care about spending more money just because the impression that was made, the way he treated me. So, kind of like Jerry Springer say, right? Be kind to each other or some shit, whatever the case may be, right? Missed that show. Anyway, listen, guys, that's all I want to say. A little quick rant. Be nice to each other. We're all in this together. We're all making this community bigger and better, and et cetera, et cetera. So there's no reason to be an asshole. There's no reason to be swindling people. There's no reason to be, as my grandma used to say, rest her soul, don't be nasty. Don't be ugly. No, she said, don't be ugly to people, okay? Customer service goes a long way, guys. Be nice to people goes a long way. And if you're a new guy, you're a big channel, or you're growing, or a big Instagram, or you have a bunch of nice snakes, being nice to one of the new guys is huge and monumental, okay? Everyone I met from Saul where he helped me in the very beginning. I was like, I can do this hobby. And then even having that conversation with Billy, one of the biggest breeders in the world, take his time out and like encourage me. That made me really kickstart this whole thing, do the YouTube channel, to have the big banner, to have the company, to really take this to the next level. We owe it to each other to kind of help the next generation coming in, slightly behind us, right? Only a year and a half, 2 years behind us. We owe it to them. Just be nice, man. Hook people up. Let's keep this community growing. Let's stop being assholes to each other. Let's kind of put the old generation to shame. That was kind of cutthroat, right? Let's make this a big, loving community, which it really has been, right? Look at the US ARC and how everyone's donating, right? I love that everybody's posting it. I didn't post it, I donated. I'm just not like that. I did. And I have membership, kind of is what it is. Probably doing a couple lives. Anybody does like, donates, whatever, I'll just donate over to them and raise more money. But just look how we all came together with that. I love this community, guys. Let's be nice to each other. Let's have great customer service so we can keep bringing new people in. That's really it, guys. I'm sure there's more people I forgot to talk about. I apologize if I did. Love you guys. With that being said, man, I appreciate it. Be safe. Jesse, I really appreciate it, brother. Be safe. Please remember, watch the 6.